Welcome to You Know Something with Dena and DiAnna. I'm Dena.
And I am Diana.
Hello, Diana.
Hey, I missed you.
I missed you too. Diana's been under the weather, and she's going to muddle through. She may have a coughing fit, and we'll just cut that out. It's kind of appropriate, Diana, because today I was going to kind of talk about a grab bag, a hodgepodge, a knickknack full of health topics that I found during our break that I was like, "Oh, I want to talk to Diana about that." But I'll save it for the pod because if you're a new listener, Diana, well, she is a nurse, but she actually was a nurse, pediatric nurse for how many years?
Oh goodness, 32. You're telling my age.
Oh
32
gosh,
years.
that can't be. So you were like Doogie Howser. You were a child nurse. Had to be. Had to
I
be.
don't know about that.
The reason why I bring that up is our first headline, Diana, and you may know this. I would be surprised if you don't, but you are pretty busy. You worked at, well, what's the name of the hospital you worked at? I think it's okay to say.
It's East Tennessee Children's Hospital. However, Miss Dolly Parton has now taken over the hospital, which
Yay!
myself, I think that is a fantastic thing. She is a wonderful lady, and I'm super excited for the hospital and the opportunities that's going to open up to, the kids in our surrounding areas. So now it's going to be called Dolly Parton Children's Hospital.
I think that is so cool. And that was the headline. I figured you knew, but it says in a landmark moment for pediatric healthcare, East Tennessee Children's Hospital today announced, so this was on March 6th, it is officially becoming Dolly Parton Children's Hospital, as Diana just said, making a powerful new collaboration designed to elevate children's healthcare across East Tennessee and beyond. And our regular listeners know we don't really talk about celebrities much on here. We kind of avoid celebrities, crime, politics, that kind of thing, and talk about topics that we can relate to that will affect our lives. But Dolly Parton and Leanne Morgan are our two exceptions we do talk about here.
Yes, ma'am, they are.
Because they're from our area and they're just non-problematic. You know, you don't hear these big scandals with either one
Right.
of them. They
Yeah.
manage to love everybody and not cause problems. So I thought, what does that mean? Is that she's from this area, so that makes sense. She loves children, although she was never blessed with any. I know that she did try and it just did not work out for her. But I wonder what does that mean? Does that mean she's going to give money? Does that mean it's just going to have a better image? How are things going to change? And I knew you were kind of in the know. So what do you think that actually means? Do you know at all?
I don't exactly because I've been retired from there for a couple of years. However, I would imagine her, first of all, her name, the backing for the hospital is she's known, well known. And so that has to give credibility. Also, the potential of her financial backing for the hospital and how that has the potential to grow. It's a fantastic thing. And I think she is going to be very much a positive addition to the board of directors or whatever role it is that she's participating in. But I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I am too. Her statement was being fortunate to have grown up in the mountains of East Tennessee. I learned early on what it means to take care of one another. Every child deserves world-class care wrapped in kindness and love. I'm so honored to stand alongside this hospital and do my part to help bring more hope, more comfort, and more healing to children's families. So I could see her visiting, making appearances.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. She
Yeah.
she will do that. And I have a little inside, just a little inside information on her.
Cool.
My husband is actually her second cousin.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, her dad and his dad used to go fishing. They were fishing buddies.
What?
So,
Cool.
that being said, that makes it even more special to me.
Wow, I never knew that. I feel like I know royalty.
Oh no. We're a couple generations down the line.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's a cousin in the mountains around here. Cousin, brother, uncle, sister.
But
Well,
another thing that I would like to point out is she has Dollywood and has had that for multiple years and has been extremely successful with that. And
mhm.
so she kind of caters to giving children fun. And now she's on the flip side of being able to help also promote children's wellness and health. And so she's kind of on both spectrums of having the fun for the kids,
Mm-hmm.
but then also taking care of them when they're sick. And that's the whole package. And I feel blessed that she has taken on this endeavor.
I do too. It's just perfect fit, like you say. She also has the imagination library where she sends, if you send in, register, if you have a child from, I think it's like from birth to 3 maybe years old, she sends a new book every month for free. I believe that's how that works.
Wow.
Matt Schaefer, who's the president and CEO of the hospital, said there is more than a name change. With Dolly's support, we're strengthening our mission to deliver world-class pediatric care to families, ensuring every child who walks through the doors will receive the treatment they deserve. So, and I would imagine it'll get some pink butterflies in there on the wall somewhere.
Absolutely. Mhm. We may even have a butterfly tree.
Yeah. There you go.
So anytime that you can help get out and support a East Tennessee, well, Dolly's hospital now, please do so because every dollar, I do know this, I was high enough up to know that every dollar that is donated is put towards new equipment, updating our facility, just making sure that we have state of the art, cutting edge facility that can really make a difference in kids' lives.
All right,
Mhm.
so that's good news. I like that news. That's fun celebrity news. Okay, according to Quick Facts on Facebook, and this is all for entertainment purposes only, this health care stuff. So check with your doctor before you do anything I talk about today, please. But Diana, you'll like this, I think. I love it. Researchers claim that just thinking about the gym can be as effective as actually going to the gym. Thoughts?
I would love to get your thought on that because if you don't go, just because you think about it, doesn't make any difference to your body. I
I know,
mean, your
but
brain cells are maybe working, but we need
but
to we need to work on our bodies sometimes.
but Facebook says it's true, Diana.
Well,
Facebook.
so how does that work?
Well, they'd have no experts to back that up, but they say,
Right.
but
Okay.
it does show a guy laying in bed thinking about himself working out, and he looks pretty dang good. So it's obviously working for him.
That's too funny.
It's about visualization. Well, I used to have a theory years ago, and my sister and I shared this theory. And of course, we were a lot younger then, so it kind of worked. If you eat something while you're eating, let's say you have a big meal for a celebration, and you're kind of like, well, I'm here, they've cooked it, I've got to eat it, but I've been watching my calories. If you think positively while you're eating it, that I'm going to burn this up, this is fuel, it's a celebration. This is not, rather than thinking, oh, I'm eating this fattening food that's bad for me, it won't affect your body because your brain will just move it on through like it's healthy. And it worked when I was, 25 years old.
Imagine that. Everything works better when you're 25, Dina.
It does. But I mean, I have heard they say, quote, that if you see something traumatic in a movie or on television, that it affects your mind and your spirit and your mental health as if you actually were in person when you saw it happen.
Okay, I can kind of go there.
Yeah, so why can't that be true for positive things?
Hey, I think stranger things have happened. I'm gonna go eat a steak and a loaded baked potato and have some French onion soup tonight and think positive thoughts, and it's not gonna affect me.
Well, why don't you stare at a picture of an apple? Find a picture of an apple and stare at it while you eat it, and your brain will think you're just eating an apple.
Yeah,
It's worth a
I think that's
try.
great. I'm gonna try this for you because I support you and all these things, crazy things you get me into.
Thank you. It's worth a try. But yeah, I'd say you've got to kind of get up and do something about it. But maybe it just motivates you to actually visualizing a house. Looks like a vision board for your hips, let's say.
I don't know that we need a vision board for my hips, but I'll let you do that.
You have little teeny tiny hips. Come on. All right, Donnie, I think you know this because you have suggested to me to eat this several days before getting injections. But did you know that pineapple contains
Bromelain. Yes,
bromelain,
ma'am.
a powerful enzyme known for supporting digestion and helping break down certain proteins in the gut. So a pineapple, if you suspect that you have a parasite, which I suspect I have a parasite, I really do. I think I have some worms in me. If it's a parasite's worst nightmare eating pineapple. You create an environment that's toxic to unwanted gut guests while keeping your digestion 100% optimized. And I know you suggest the pills too, but wouldn't actually eating the pineapple be better, you think?
Sure. And I support anything that's natural. Do it a couple of days before, and then if you're getting really major stuff, you still may want to take the PO version, the tablet by mouth.
So what is that? How does it apply to that? Is it inflammation or bruising, or what does it help prevent?
It helps to break down the bruising and not necessarily the swelling, but it's more for the bruising.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think if you like pineapples, and I happen to like pineapples, they're good I think they're good for a lot of things. In moderation, I think they can be pretty acidic, and
Right.
a lot of sugar too, I think. So
But you know what? Pineapple makes a really awesome pina colada.
surround it with rum.
And have happy thoughts, and it won't affect your waistline.
Yes, yes. If you use one of those giant margaritas, that's probably good for your biceps too as you drink it.
Dan and I had one of those when we were down in Miami, and we shared it. It unbelievably, the glass came out, and I thought, well, goodness, we ought to share with the table right beside of us. There's no way two people can drink that drink. We had a good time.
That my favorite is a sweet fruity drink. I mean, I'm not a drinker, so I don't like the real strong. Yeah, I don't like a martini or olive drink. I like the sweet, fruity, girly drinks, and they will knock you sideways if you're not careful. So, especially
Yeah,
those.
they'll get you in trouble real fast.
Surprisingly, Diana, you haven't been surprised yet. I haven't surprised you yet, except maybe with the visualizing working out. Surprisingly, some studies suggest that tacos al pastor, which I think is like spicy taco, can be nutritionally better balanced than processed granola bars. So, you think
Wow.
about eating a snack, a high protein bar, or I'll just have that. It's actually, because it's got so much processed stuff and sugars in it, that actually a taco is better for you.
I wonder if the spicy part has something to do with it.
It might do it because
Kind of
they didn't say just tacos.
speeds up everything down there.
Down where?
How, well, however, people who have acid reflux like myself, I can't do anything spicy. So
Yeah.
that's not on the table for me.
I'm
I
starting to get
know.
that way, but I've always been a spicy girl, but things change. Things change. But I think in general, reaching for protein rather than, even if it says protein bar on it, you need to look at the sugar and the carbs and the processed stuff in it.
Mhm. Uh,
Granola just
you know,
sounds healthy.
almonds are a good alternative. Just a piece of chicken for lunch on a salad really helps.
Hmm.
Just
You
plain.
think about a bar as a snack, but a piece of cheese. Oh,
I'm not a big fan of the bars. To me, it feels like a bunch of mush in your mouth. I
like
can't do
sawdust.
them. Yes.
This one I can really identify with. Why do so many people sleep better on the couch than in their own bed? Have you ever been watching television and you just kind of drift off on your couch and then you think I really should get up and go to bed, but you're just so cozy. And when you get up and get ready and get into bed, you're like, well, now I can't sleep. I think it's because it's kind of like sneaky sleep or naughty sleep when you're sitting in your living room and you think, I'm just going to close my eyes for a minute and you just kind of fall over and sleep rather than, okay, here's your job. Get in the bed, get ready, wash your face, lay down. Now go to sleep. It was like is it like being
Yeah.
rebellious?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's all about where you can get your best night of sleep.
Yeah, they say that your brain associates certain places with relaxation, which is why the couch can become a stronger sleep trigger than your own bed. I feel like when you're in bed, there's expectation, you know. You're in the
Yeah.
bed now. Do you just go to bed and go to sleep, or do you have a ritual once you're in bed?
No, we usually watch Ancient Aliens or The Unexplained. We don't watch news, anything that has people talking with anxiety and again negative a lot of times on the news. So we don't do that. Or we'll listen to something like a documentary on animals, planet Earth, things
You're
like
talking
that.
about in bed while you're in
Yeah.
bed.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we fall asleep with that.
So you really can't just go to sleep in a quiet, dark room. When you first lay down, you have to have.
I can. Dan needs the TV on. So I've kind of just adapted to that. Well, I worked 32 years night shift. So when my body lays down, it's going to sleep. I was so sleep deprived for so many years. Sleep is not a problem for me.
Right. You basically just passed out from exhaustion.
Yes. Yes.
Is it true, like in the medical shows, you go in a closet, supply closet, and lay down, or lay on a cot, or where?
If somebody is covering, like if you have a 15-minute and your patients are covered by another nurse, certainly you can go in. I don't know about a cot laying down. You'd have to change the sheets in order for that. I mean, seriously,
Yeah,
no, nobody else would want to come in and lay down on that.
yeah.
So I've never saw anybody in the closet.
Well, I think when what do you call it, an intern is working 24-hour straight shifts, they've got to rest somewhere at some point.
Now they do have bed facilities for, the physicians when, say, you have a up in the ICU, you have a very critical patient, doctor has to be readily available. So yes, they do have sleep rooms, but
Oh,
those are cleaned by housekeeping when somebody lays down in them.
I
So
see.
that's not routine.
Okay, okay. So that's just drama that I watch on TV. I was
Yes,
looking at comments under this article, and someone here says, I have asthma, so I can't lay flat. So sitting up to sleep works better for me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You get better chest expansion so you can breathe better.
Yeah. I find that I have a bed that elevates up and down. It was actually my father's before he passed away. So I'm taking advantage of that. And because I find I don't get sinus infections if I raise it just a little, elevate just a little, and my ears don't stop up. So
Oh, well, that's good.
yeah, that's something to say for your sleep position, which was another article I read, like sleeping on your left side is more beneficial, I think, to your organs. And
Yeah, your digestive system. Yes,
I think I naturally sleep on my left side. I certainly start out that way. What's your sleep position?
left side.
Okay, this is from Health Harbor, and this is a serious topic. So once again, Diana's the only medical profession here, but she is not giving medical advice. Ask your doctor. We're just talking. Two girls talking.
Yeah, we're just
This,
chit chatting.
yeah, yeah. This study published in Nature March 2025 edition reveals a previously unknown immune mechanism explaining how aspirin helps prevent cancer metastasis. Research led by oh my goodness, Roy Chowdhury discovered that platelets release thromboxane, a molecule that suppresses T cell activity during early metastatic spread. Normally, newly disseminated cancer cells are vulnerable because they lack the highly immunosuppressive environment of established tumors. However, platelets derived TXA2 activates a signaling pathway inside the T cells through the guanine exchange factor, which dampens T cell receptors. Okay, I'm not going to go any further with this technical thing, but apparently,
Well, you're doing really good.
thank you. Did I say those words?
Yeah.
Aspirin releases T cell mediated suppression, signaling polyfunctionality and tumor specific immune responses. Now, aspirins get a good rap and then they get a bad rap, good rap, bad rap. My mother used to take aspirin every day just cause. I'm gonna take my aspirin today.
Well,
And I
the
worried,
saying. You know that saying,
no.
an aspirin a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh, I thought it was an apple.
You and your apples.
So what is your thought? What are your thoughts on aspirin and what have you seen in the hospital about aspirin and what doctors suggest?
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said, and I do believe an aspirin a day keeps the doctor away. It helps keep your blood flowing, which keeps everything getting oxygenated, and cells are more healthy in an oxygen state. So I do agree with that.
This says, it's interesting to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Low dose aspirin is the key. And obviously, if you are sensitive to aspirin or intermingles with another prescription, you don't want to take it. But um, I feel like aspirin is kind of like a miracle.
Yeah, I would I would categorize it like that.
It highlights how its subtle tweaks in the immune signaling can drastically alter cancer's trajectory. I mean, if I had metastasized cancer,
Mhm.
I'd try anything. I'd take an aspirin. You hear all these things to do now, all these protocols, and I would just be trying everything. So,
Well, in that stance, really, what do you have to lose?
exactly, exactly. All right, and they make specific low dose aspirins because you remember when the craze was take one every day for your heart, and
Right?
so they've got a little heart on the bottle now, and it's a low dose bear thing. So, all right, ask your doctor. Ask your doctor. Diana, did you know that raw garlic on an empty stomach unleashes a microscopic blitzkrieg, turning your gut into a chemical battleground where immunity rises from the ashes of cellular warfare? So
Wow.
that's pretty heavy.
I was going to say that's a statement. I have to process all that. I
Go
never
ahead.
ate a raw garlic though, I have to say.
I've crushed them up and put them in dips and casseroles and stuff. So I guess you have to eat it raw, a
Yeah,
clove.
I think they're meaning take the clove and just pop it in your mouth and eat it.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna be
Yeah.
alone. You're gonna be living alone, but you'll be healthy. Did you know what happens when you eat raw garlic on an empty stomach? Empty stomach. Inside your body, it triggers a microscopic invasion without food to act as a shield. Garlic's potent compound strikes your flesh directly. These chemical daggers cause an intense burning reaction. Yeah, irritating the lining of your stomach factory, but it's not all bad. These same elements flood into your bloodstream, fighting off invisible monsters to boost your immunity. Still, to protect your insides, always armor your stomach. Oh, with food first. Okay, you have to do it. It says when you eat it on empty stomach. So you do want to eat. I think I could get a clove of garlic and put it in a big bowl of spaghetti and just shove it down my pie hole and not know the difference, I think.
And it doesn't mean you have to eat the whole thing right then and there. I guess you
I
could take
wonder.
little bites out of it.
Ooh, I just don't think I could chew it. I think I'd have to swallow it like a
You're
meatball.
gonna swallow the whole thing whole.
Just the little clove part.
Okay.
It's apparently the burning part is what's the good thing. So here we are back to things that burn.
Like a chemical peel on your
Yes,
face.
there you go. I do love garlic though. I do love it.
I
Okay.
do love chemical peels.
Me too. Me too. All right. Would you consider yourself ADHD? I mean, it's a personal question, but
Absolutely.
are you? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Research and clinical experience show that many individuals with ADHD experience significant frustration when plans change unexpectedly. Oh, I know a person
Oh,
like
oh yeah, just ask Dan.
this
I
react.
can I
Go
can
ahead.
sometimes orbit the earth when we have a solid plan. We've it's on the calendar, black and white, right there it is, and then all of a sudden nothing is what it should be. And yes, that rocks my world.
Really?
I'm very structured and I like a plan. And do not deviate from the plan.
There's not a plan B, huh?
Not for me.
This reaction is often linked to executive functioning differences, particularly challenges with cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift thinking and adapt to new situations. Many people with ADHD mentally rehearse upcoming events in detail as a way to feel prepared and reduce anxiety. Do you do that?
And if I'm giving a speech or doing something special, I do, but not routinely, no.
So you don't think, okay, today, while you're in the shower, okay, today I've got this appointment. for Botox, so I need to go in. I need to get that ready, and then I'll grab a cup of coffee in the kitchen, and then I'm gonna to take care of her, and then and then somebody calls and cancels. Does that kind of flip you out?
Most of my people don't cancel unless something's really wrong. So it flips me out because something is really wrong with them in their world, not because they canceled. So no, I adapt easily to that.
Oh, that's good. So maybe you're not as bad as you think you are. Uh, so if these people that do this, which I know people who do, and they're rehearsing it, this is how my morning is going to go, especially if it's something unusual, like you're going to meet friends for lunch, where you normally would sit at your desk and eat a peanut butter sandwich. You're going to have to go out and be social. Think about what you wear. Think about who else is going to be there, where you're going to park. So sudden changes can dismantle that mental framework, requiring substantial effort to rebuild. In addition, emotional dysregulation, a common feature of ADHD, can intensify the reaction, making a small change feel overwhelming. Transitioning between tasks or mental states can also be taxing, so abrupt shifts may create a sense of resistance or shutdown. While this pat
Absolutely. Well
Okay,
said.
you agree with that?
I do.
While this pattern is common, it varies by individual, and coping strategies such as building buffer time, using visual planners, and practicing regulation skills can help manage the impact. If this resonate, does this resonate with your own experiences? Like I just asked Diana, what about you listeners? What strategies have you guys found helpful? We'd love to know. It says this can actually like piss people off, and you're like, what's wrong? Why are you upset? And maybe they don't know, or maybe they're embarrassed to say, well, I'm nervous about this, and I had it all planned out. Now everything's changed.
Right. Usually your thoughts are so all over the board trying to figure out, okay, that didn't work out. So, like you said, plan B. And I just don't have a plan B for our lifestyle, but at work, you have to have a plan B because other people have issues and you got to roll with the flow.
Yeah. Most people's job is dependent on other people. It's hard to be an island and make money because obviously other people have to give you their money. So therefore, everything in their life affects your life. So you have to be flexible or you're going to be in constant state of stress,
Right.
I think. So we'll need to learn flexibility somehow. All right, we're running out of time. Finally, this story. This is interesting. How do you feel about fasting?
Oh, well, first of all, I totally agree with fasting and believe in it for biblical purposes. However, I also think the intermittent fasting that has become popular lately is very beneficial to, again, aid in your wellness.
Right. That's what this article from Science Facts is saying. It's saying starvation isn't a bad thing. It's not a decline. I mean, obviously, if you can't afford food, that's a terrible thing. But if you're choosing starvation, it's a cellular gladiator pit where weakness fuels the forge of a new brutal you. They write fancy. I got to say it in Dena terms. Your body becomes self-cannibalizing, a self-cannibalizing phoenix when you don't eat, rising from the ashes of its former self. So it's kind of like, well, let me read it word for word rather than the way I speak. Did you know that what happens when you stop eating? Inside your body, a brutal survival mechanism awakens. Without food, your flesh transforms into a ruthless recycling factory. It unleashes a microscopic invasion where starving cells mutate into hungry scavengers. They hunt down the old, dying tissue floating in your bloodstream like cellular monsters, operating like biological daggers, enzymes slicing up decaying trash, melting it down to forge an unbreakable shield, a fresh upgraded muscle. You aren't just starving your body, it's devouring its own weakness.
Wow.
It's like a reset.
Yeah. Devouring your own weakness. That's powerful.
Yeah. I have done a fast, like a 10-day fast, where I only drank lemon, maple syrup water, and cayenne pepper. It's a very popular thing. You drink it 3 times a day. And I did that for 10 days. And the first few days were, HE double hockey sticks. They were terrible.
Yes.
And then it got easier and I felt better and I felt lighter. I didn't feel hungry. Did
Yeah.
not lose an ounce of weight in 10 days just doing that. So obviously I was getting everything I needed. And then you
Right.
gradually go back into broth for one day and then add a piece of fruit. And eventually you get back to where you were. But I have got to do
Right.
that again.
I tell you, I got a juicer and I did a 14-day, just everything. I juiced it like watermelon rind, carrots, all kinds of, you can do vegetables. It's extremely healthy. And that was the best 2 weeks that I felt in my life. It is a strict regimen. You have to plan it out. And your body, the first couple of days, like you said, revolts against it. Your blood sugar drops a little bit.
Mhm.
You feel a little nauseated from time to time, but if you can just ride it out, I'm telling you, that cleanse will help your colon, help just everything get what was it you said that we're attacking our own
Weakness, devouring our
weakness,
own weaknesses, our sludge.
devouring.
Yeah.
So
Recycle.
I encourage people to do a lot of research on that. I think either
Mhm.
one of those are good.
Yeah, everything we talked about today, please research. Don't listen to us. Do your own Googling and then speak to your doctor about it. But I'm excited about, and there's so many more that I didn't get to that I want to continue to talk about. And I'll include links in our show notes here if you want to do your own research. And I'm just excited about thinking about the gym when I leave here. And I'll even put on some workout clothes and tennis shoes.
I'm
Uh,
pretty excited about my steak and baked potato and French onion
yeah.
soup.
Visualize a salad when you're eating it. So we really appreciate you guys. We're trying to come back full force. We appreciate you being patient with us, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope you'll listen to Giggles and Gratitude on Sunday. Diana, we've got 3 minutes left. You want to wrap it up? How you feel about
Just
everything? Or
I think that everything you've covered is extremely beneficial information. And again, we do not give medical advice. We have opinions and we appreciate you listening to us. But everybody's body is different and you do have to do what's best for you. So, as we end, I will say we hope you have an epic day and you are blessed in every way possible. We love you guys. Take care. Bye bye.